Okay guys, so now we have the design hardware 9 1/16 by 3/4 inch door closer installed. Next thing we're going to do is let's go ahead and adjust it. Okay guys, so let's go ahead and check to see how the operation is and just see the speeds we're working with. So I'm going to open the door here. Here's the full open position. So what I like to do is just see where it's at. Okay, that's not bad. It did kind of slam shut. What we're shooting for basically is when you're going to adjust this door, there are essentially two closing speeds. From the full open position to about here, like 10 degrees or so, that's gonna be the main closing speed range, and that should be the fastest. And then when it gets to the last 10 degrees or so, that's the latch zone, the latch range, and that should be operating very slow. Rule of thumb I like to do is I like it to take about anywhere from 4 to 6 seconds to reach that latch zone. So I'm going to show you guys, we'll count together the main closing speed range until it gets to the latch zone. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that was pretty good. About 4 to 5 seconds. I can slow it down just a little bit. I'll show you guys how. And then for sure, that latch speed, you could see it just slamming shut. That's way too fast for the latch. So the latch just goes really and slams. So here guys, I'll show you how to adjust that. So, okay, so over here guys, over here, you could see, I don't know if you guys can see it, but it says L and S. So it says L for latch and S for close speed. So these are the valves that adjust it. Now, the design hardware product is nice because it does come with an Allen wrench to adjust it. And let me go ahead and pull that out, guys. So these are hydraulic valves that are going to restrict hydraulic fluid as they move chamber to chamber. So in order to, I'm going to go ahead and reduce the main closing speed slightly. So we're just going to rotate this about 1/4 of a turn clockwise. That'll restrict the hydraulic fluid more. So that should that should slow the main closing speed. If you ever want to speed it up, you can unscrew these valve adjusters, but always be careful. If you hit any sort of resistance, don't go any further, because if you do, there are seals, like O-ring seals on these, and if you pop those out, it'll leak hydraulic fluid and the closer's done for. And then of course, here's the latch speed. This was the last 5 degrees that I was mentioning was slamming. Let's go ahead and increase that quite a bit. Let me go ahead and go full turn here. Okay, let's go ahead and give that a try, guys. So I'm gonna let it run a few cycles to work in. Okay, let's take a look. So main opening speed, or main closing speed, sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, the closing speed looked good. Let's reduce that latch speed more, because it's still quite a bit, going pretty fast. So I'm just going to the L. I'm just going to crank it quite a bit because it was slamming pretty hard. So I went like 1 whole revolution. Let's go ahead and try this now. Yeah, so that's a lot better for the latch speed. The closing speed, I think I'm going to adjust a little bit more as well, which is the S, the main sweep. Slow that down a little bit. Now we should be good. Again, my rule of thumb that I use, and you should always refer to the latest ANSI standards, but I run about 4 to 6 seconds to reach that latch zone. And then I just want a really slow latch zone so no one's fingers get pinched, but here we go. 1, 2. That looks really good. And then a nice slow latch speed right here. So as a rule of thumb too, guys, nothing's wrong with going slower. It's always better to be safe, especially if you have a retail store. So again, this is the design hardware. One thing I did forget to mention and do myself, now, you know, again, after you do the installation, always double check everything else. But this is a threaded rod adjustment arm. It's always good to, there's a nut here. So once I'm done, once I make the adjustment of what length arm I require, all I'm gonna do is tighten this down, torque it down against this so that it's locked into place. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do that. There we go, and then I can tighten it with my wrench here. Down a little bit. Okay, now the other thing to note, guys, the third adjustment, and this is one nice thing about the design hardware closer, is there's a valve on the opposite side labeled BC. That stands for back check. What that is when you open the door, that's the cushion before it reaches the full open position. So right now, back check is not engaged, but it's a good thing to have because if you get customers that throw the door open or the wind catches the door, essentially it cushions the door from slamming open. What I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna increase that by turning it clockwise. I have to go quite a bit here. If you do it too much, it'll actually stall the door. And then at that point, it's way too much. You don't wanna ever do that because if somebody comes along and forces it, it'll blow the seals out on the closer and it'll start leaking. So I'm just gonna, okay, so that's all the way down, which is too much. I'm gonna back it off. Let me feel it. Shut. Okay. I won't feel it yet. Let's go ahead and... Oh, I feel it right here. So right here, which is actually about full open position. So that's not bad. Right there, I'll leave it. So if you look, we'll let the door come closed. I'm gonna push it open and you'll actually see it cushion. Let me go ahead and push it open. And then, oh, right here actually is it. Yeah, so it is too much. It's cushioning right here now. Let me go ahead and decrease it. Right there, let's try that. Yeah, right there. Right there. Good. All right, guys, so that's the back check adjusted. This is the design hardware 9 1/16 by 3/4 inch door closer installation and adjustment video. All of this is available at doorclosersusa.com. I'll put the link to the product below, guys. Thanks again for watching. Please like this video, subscribe to our channel, and share this. Thanks.